It's time for Glasgow basketball on your home for local WCLU 1490 AM and 103.1 FM and Willie 94.1. Glasgow basketball is brought to you in part by South Central Bank, McDonald's of Glasgow, South Central Rural Telephone, the People's Bank, Don Franklin Auto, Colton Steakhouse, the Glasgow Electric Plant Board, Monticello Bank, Kentucky Farm Bureau Agent Joe Myers, Walbert Trucking, Big O Tires, Workout Anytime, and Full Circle Graphics. And now, the voice for Glasgow Sports, Joe Myers.
Back here at Glasgow High School as we get ready here for Glasgow against Allen County Scottsville in boys action. And let's give you the starting lineups, which are brought to you by Monticello Bank, celebrating over 125 years with 19 locations in 11 counties.
1,000 points.
First of all, let's pause for another special recognition.
At this time, James Willett will present Samuel with a commemorative ball. Please join his teammates, coaching staff, family, and friends as we recognize his outstanding accomplishment.
That is Sam Bowling being recognized for scoring 1,000 points in his high school career. That came a couple games ago against the Berrien County Trojans back on December the 4th. Now let's give you the starting lineup brought to you by Monticello Bank, celebrating over 125 years with 19 locations in 11 counties. First for Allen County Scottsville at forward is Colton Costello, a 6'2 senior, averaging 6 points and 3 rebounds. Also at forward, Wyatt Coffey, a 6'4 senior, averaging 8 points and 4 rebounds a game. J.C. Sykes at guard, a 6' senior, averages 3 points and 2 rebounds. Also at guard, Chase Ross, a 5'9 freshman, 7 points and 3 rebounds a game. And Jordan Turner at guard, a 6'1 junior, averaging a team-high 13 points and 5 rebounds a game. The Patriots are 6-20 on the year. They're 2-3 in district play. Their head coach is Casey Napier. For the Scottie, starting at forward, Trey Brown, a 6' senior, averaging 3 points and 4 rebounds. John Carter Myers, the other forward, 6'2 senior, averages 4 points and a team-high 6 rebounds. Ashton Czerwinski at guard, a 5'11 senior, averages 11 points and 5 rebounds. Jackson Poland at guard, a 5'10 senior, averaging 15 points, 3 rebounds, and a team-high 4 assists. And Sam Bowling at guard, a 6'2 senior, averages a team-high 16 points and 4 rebounds a game. The Scotties are 10-12 on the year, 3-2 in the district. Head coach is James Willett. Assistant coaches Trey Tinsley, Cedric Vaughn, and Thomas Kingery. Again, those lineups brought to you by Monticello Bank, celebrating over 125 years with 19 locations in 11 counties. Tonight's tip-off brought to you by the Glasgow Electric Plant Board. They are a proud sponsor of Glasgow's Scottie Sports. By the way, your officials, a very experienced crew here today: Larry Hammer, Adam Ryder, and Scott Daniels. John Carter Myers to jump for Glasgow, Wyatt Coffey for ACS, and we are underway as the tap will be controlled by Sam Bowling. He'll quickly get up to Poland.
1-3-1. No?
Myers will throw left side here to Bowling. Back to Myers on the right wing. Going to dribble to the free throw line and throws it away. Pass stolen away that time by Sykes. Sykes going to give it up on the left side here to Ross. Now Coffey with it on the left wing. Back to Ross between the circles. Glasgow in man-to-man defense here, it looks like. Coffey with it on the left side. He'll give to Turner on the wing. He'll bounce it out to Costello. Now Coffey with it right of the circle. Here's Sykes with it right corner. Sykes going to bounce into Coffey along the baseline, and the pass knocked away out of bounds by Czerwinski, and Ashton comes up hurting a little bit there. He's okay, I think. Stay in the ball game. Sykes will put it in play. Just a little over a minute gone by here in this Big O Tires first quarter. Neither team on the board yet.
Well, we've yet to have a shot.
Here's the freshman Ross. He'll give it up to Turner on the left side now to Coffey. Down along the baseline to Costello. Takes a couple of dribbles and now gets tied up by Czerwinski. The jump ball will keep it with Allen County Scottsville. ACS, by the way, in royal blue uniforms with white nibbles and letters with ACS across the front of the jersey, or actually Patriots across the front of the jersey. Glasgow in their home whites with royal blue nibbles and letters. Inbounds pass knocked away by Poland out of bounds. The Patriots will try it again, and Jackson may have jammed a finger right there as he got a hand on that basketball. I think he did. Costello going to come out of the ball game. Costello, excuse me, will come out of the ball game. He'll be replaced by Jackson Morris, a 6-foot freshman who averages 4 a game. Poland trying to shake off that jammed finger. Larry Hammer comes over to check on him to make sure he's okay. Looks like it's on his left hand. And bounce pass to Ross here. Guarded by Sam Bowling. Now Sykes with it. Goes into the corner to Turner. Now Ross with it. Up top to Coffey. Back over to Ross on the wing. Inside to Morris. He'll go up with a shot and rolls it off. No good. It rolled literally all the way around the rim and came out. Rebound to Ashton Sawinski. Now Bowling with it for the Scotties. He'll go to Poland. Jackson driving to the basket. Throws it back out to Sawinski as he cuts down the lane. He'll lay it up and in.
That's a heck of a catch. It was a little over his head.
6:02 to go in the opening quarter. Scotties score first. 2-0 lead. Turner with the basketball between the circles. Takes one dribble. Now fires up a long three, and he got it. Turner gives ACS a 3-2 lead. A little pressure here by Allen County. Glasgow not having much trouble with it. Poland going to get the pass off to Bowling, but then Sam has his pocket picked by Ross. Didn't realize Ross was right there behind him. Now Sykes has his pass knocked down. That'll be stolen by Poland, and then Sykes fouled Jackson as he tried to go get the basketball. And that will go Sykes his first, the team's first as well.
Sam and Jackson both got a hand on that ball. Jackson controlled it.
Sawinski with it on the wing in front court. Throws it into the back court. Did it get deflected? It did not. John Carter Myers, I think, thought it did, as he just went and kind of grabbed it nonchalantly in the back court.
3 turnovers.
So the backcourt violation gives the basketball back to the Patriots. 5:24 to go in the Big O Tires first quarter. 3-2 lead for ACS. Turner going to give to Coffey in the corner. Now to Morris on the wing. Here's Ross. Leaves it with Sykes. Dribbles to the elbow. Bounce pass underneath there to Turner. He'll lay it up and in. Turner has the first 5 points of the day for ACS. They lead it 5-2. Myers bring it across the timeline. Bounces it back up to Poland. Jackson dribbles into the lane, and he throws it away. 4 Glasgow turnovers, 3 minutes into the ball game. Ross going to take it to the bucket. He'll put it up off the window. No good. Coffey with the rebound and the putback. Not a great start here for the Scotties. They trail 7-2.
We've got 4 turnovers. We're 1 of 1 from the field.
Bowling going to drive in. He'll pull up for an 8-footer. Got it.
Pick up early. Pick up early. Pick up early.
Now Ross comes down the right sideline with it. Take it to the top of the key. To Sykes. To Turner. Dribbles in. 16-footer. Good.
Turner is hot. 3 of 3.
7 points for him to start the ball game. It's 9-4 ACS. 4:06 to go in the first quarter. Sam Bowling going to dribble to the free throw line. His pass kicked. So it'll be Glasgow ball out of bounds on the sideline.
Make him make. Make him make one. Don't lock on everybody. Make him make.
Poland with it. Going to give to Bowling. I think it is a 1-3-1 zone. The Patriots are in. Kind of hard to tell. Poland with it top of the key. He'll try a 3 now, and it's good. That's what they played against the Scotties most of the game on Tuesday.
So they jump out on the ball handler real quick out of it.
Gave up a lot of easy baskets to Sawinski out of that zone on Tuesday night, but so far that's not the case. Here's Ross. He'll dribble in. Puts up a 12-footer. No good. Rebounded by Sykes. Going to go back up with it. He'll put it up and in.
You can't let that ball hit the floor.
11-7 lead for ACS. 3:19 to go in the first.
That's their second chance point.
Poland come across into the lane. He'll give it off in there to Sawinski, who misses the layup. Brown with the offensive rebound. Back up and in. First 2 of the day for Trey Brown. 11-9 Patriots. Turner going to give it up to Sykes. Out of the freshman Ross. Here's Turner going to try another 3, and he got it again. Jordan Turner can do no wrong right now. 10 points in the first 3 minutes and 15 seconds, first 5 minutes and 15 seconds of this ball game. 2:38 to go in the first quarter. It's 14-9 Patriots. Poland off to Bowling in the right corner. Sam going to dribble to the elbow. His pass knocked down and stolen away. Ross headed the other direction. Gets inside, puts up the shot off the glass. It's good. And a timeout taken by James Willett. Scottie's being very, very, very sloppy with the basketball here in this opening quarter. 2:20 to go in the first period. It's 16-9 ACS. We're back after a 30-second timeout on WCLU and Willie Sports. Allen County Scottsville 7 of 10 from the field to open up the ball game. You combine that with 5 Glasgow turnovers with 2:20 to go in the first quarter, and it equals a 7-point ACS lead right now, 16-9.
Joe, Scotties are 4 or 5. We're just turning it over.
Poland will float it left side to Bowling. He'll bring it across the timeline, give it back to Poland. Here's Myers with it in the corner. Clay Pippen checked in during that timeout for the Scotties. Poland goes left side to Bowling. Dribbles to the baseline. Brings it back out front now. Kicks cross court to Poland. 3 in the corner for Jackson is too strong. Off the back of the iron. Sawinski with a good offensive rebound. Tugs it back out to Bowling. Now to Poland. Jackson fakes a 3 here. Dribbles to the elbow. The runner does not go down. Myers going to get the rebound for the Scotties. John Carter going to go back up. Missed it, but he's fouled. And it will go on Jordan Turner. His first, team second. John Carter Myers, 50% foul shooter at the line for 2.
Hey, when they press it, like do that little 1-3-1, get on the back end of it.
Free throw for Myers is no good. Christian Winskowski will check in for Glasgow. He'll place Ashton Sherwinski. Christian, a 5'7" junior, averages 4 game, had a huge night Tuesday in Scottsville. 15 points on 5 made threes, all in the second half. Myers misses both free throws, and the rebound pulled down by Costello for ACS. Scotty's coming a little full court pressure here. Morris will throw it hit in front court to Turner. Puts it back out to sight. 16-9, Allen County Scottsville. Ross is wide open for a 3, but he missed it. And the rebound to Poland. Jackson pushing it down the court. Dribbling through traffic. Now gets stopped. Goes left side to Winskowski. He drives in, leaves it in the lane there with Pippen. Clay going to go up against Turner. Missed it. Sykes with the rebound for the Patriots.
Sort of forced that one.
Here's Turner off to Morris. Takes it into the paint. His shot blocked by Pippen, and Clay gets the basketball. Now Poland. Dribbles off into the right corner. Leads with Bowling. Sam going to take it into the paint. Goes to the basket, puts it up, and missed it. Short arm at that time, and the rebound to Turner. Morris with it to Ross. Inside to Turner. Turnaround shot is no good. The rebound to John Carter Myers. The first shot Turner's missed, didn't it, Bruce?
And I thought it was going to crawl over the rim. It took a funny bounce.
Turner already with 10 points on the afternoon. And Myers has it knocked away, able to go back and get it. But he needs help. Now gives to Pippen. Tried to. It was knocked away. Now Myers gets that and gives it back to Poland. Jackson whips a wild pass into the right corner, but Wisconsin able to save it in bounds. Now Myers with it gives to Bowling. Sam going to dribble in, took a bump, no call, goes up with a jumper, got it. 12 seconds to go in the quarter. 16-11 Patriots. They've got Ross trapped in the backcourt. His pass knocked down by Bowling, stolen by Poland. Jackson going to the basket to put it up, in and one. And the foul going on J.C. Sykes, his second, team's third. Trey Brown going to come in for Glasgow, replacing John Carter Myers for the final 1.8 seconds of the quarter. Coffey back in for ACS. Also in for ACS, Thorny Walker, a 5'10" senior. First time we've seen him. Jackson, a 75% shooter. His free throw is good. Just 1.8 seconds here, and Ross will not even attempt a shot for the Patriots. The Scotties in the quarter on a 5-0 run, but it's still ACS with a 16-14 lead over Glasgow. After one quarter play, we're back after a 1-minute timeout on WCLU and Willie Sports. Allen County Scottsville 16, Glasgow 14 here in boys action as we get the second quarter underway. Bruce will look at the first quarter stats.
3 turnovers for the Patriots. They were 7 of 13 from the field, 54%, 2 of 3 shooting the 3, 6, 7. Didn't go to the line. 5 rebounds, 2 offensive boards. Scotty's had 5 turnovers. They're 6 of 11 from the field for 55%. 1 of 2 shooting the 3, 50%. 1 of 3 at the line.
Sam Bowling dribbles in and throws it away. Stolen by Walker for the Patriots.
7 rebounds, 3 offensive boards. That's our 7th turnover.
Just cannot do that. You just got the second quarter underway. Scottie's averaging nearly a turnover per minute right now. Coffee with it out top. Left side to Robert Robledo, who's in for the first time for the Patriots. He'll give to Coffee. Free throw line jumper, no good. And Brown goes up to get the rebound for the Scotties. It's pass ahead to Bowling. Sam dribbles in, goes up off the window and in. 6 points for Bowling.
Who made that pass? I was right.
Game tied at 16.
Jackson?
To be honest with you, Bruce, I can't remember. Costello with it on the wing, gets it up top to Robledo. He'll try a three straight away. It is no good. And Brown with the rebound for the Scotties. Here's Bowling off to Poland. Jackson going to try a three. It's short. Pippen with the offensive rebound had it stripped. Ball going to go into the backcourt. Still loose. Poland drives to the floor to grab it for Glasgow. Did he get a timeout called? He did not. A jump ball is called, so it'll be Allen County Scottsville basketball. Serwinski back in for Glasgow. Also in for the Scotties, Andrew Phillips, a 5'9" senior. He averages 2 a game. Poland will come out, and Bowling will come out. Turner back in for ACS. He replaces Robledo. Walker puts the ball in play to Costello. Now Ross with it. Goes for the man-to-man. Ross going to drive and now kicks it out in the corner to Coffee. He'll bring it out to the wing. Going to lob it inside to Turner, who's posting up. He had it stripped by Winskoski. Ball is loose. Winskoski dives before to grab it. Gets a pass off to Brown. Now his pass batted away. Walker saves it in bounds. And Ross will come up with it all the way in the backcourt for the Patriots. Great hustle all around that time, but the ball just ended up in the Patriots' hands. Here's Coffee in the corner. 6:03 to go in the Big O Tires second quarter. We're tied at 16. Coffee going to put a three in the air. It's no good. Rebounded by Walker. He'll bring it back out and give it to Ross. Now Turner going to put a three up. That's no good. And Phillips with a long rebound for the Scotties. Andrew pushing it down the floor all the way to the basket. Splits defenders, puts it up. No good, though. Rebounded by Coffee. Gets the outlet pass to Ross. Now Turner. Give it right back to Ross. ACS is yet to score here. It's only a 2-0 game, actually, in the second quarter with 5.5 to go. 16 all. Coffee off to Ross. They'll dribble down the left side of the lane, and he's going to be fouled.
Christian, I believe, wins. Yep.
First on Winskoski, first team foul on the Scotties. Chase Ross, 65% shooter at the line for 2. First one, no good. Second toss, rolls in. 17-16 ACS. 5:16 to go in the first half. Andrew Phillips between the circles. Gives to Winskoski, back to Phillips.
3-2 now, Joe.
Now Pippen at the left elbow. Right side to Winskoski. Up top to Serwinski. He'll try a three. It's no good. Rebound kicks all the way out near the free throw line. Is tipped, and then Turner will chase it down for the Patriots. Turner comes to the free throw line. Kicks left side to Walker, and he did walk. Morris returns for ACS. He'll replace Walker. Poland, Bowling, and Myers all back in for Glasgow. Phillips, Pippen, and Winskoski will come out.
Turner came with that quick stop, and then his trail foot, his pivot foot bounced.
4:40 to go in the Big O Tires second quarter. 17-16 Patriots on top in this 15th district matchup. Sam Bowling going to give him the corner now to Myers. Now back out to Poland. Left corner to Serwinski. They give to Brown. Back to Serwinski. Three on the way. In and out. Coffee will get the rebound for the Patriots. Gets it out to Ross. He's running with it. Comes across the top of the key down the right side of the lane to the basket. Shot blocked out of bounds by Sam Bowling. Morris inbounds the ball to Turner. He'll get it out to Ross. Over to Morris. Poland guarding him. Bounces right side to Ross. Tries to drive on Bowling. Won't let him get by, so he gets a Turner. Jumper from the baseline for Turner is no good. And the rebound to John Carter Myers for the Scotties. Here's Jackson Poling going to the basket. He'll put it up and in. And the timeout taken by Allen County Scottsville with 3:50 to go in the first quarter as Glasgow goes back in front by a point on that bucket by Poland. 18-17 Scotties, 3:50 left in the half. We're back after a 1-minute break on WCLU and Willie Sports. 3:50 to go in the first half of play here at Scottie Gym. Allen County Scottsville and Glasgow going at it here in boys action. The Scotties with an 18-17 lead. Glasgow will come out of the timeout with some full court pressure here. Ross going to give to Morris. Poland bothering him in the backcourt, but Morris able to get away from him. He'll throw it ahead in front court now to Ross. Here's Coffey with it in the block. He'll kick it back outside to Ross, who takes it to the paint. Goes up with a 5-footer, blocked by Bowling, but it came right back to Ross as the Patriots retain possession. Here's Morris, takes it across the top of the key, hands it off to Turner, and he's going to be fouled on a step out there by Jackson Poland. It'll be his first, team second.
Ross is bound and determined he's going to go in there and shoot that ball. The last two he shot, Sam's put back in his face.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime of this game, the 2012 Lady Scottie basketball team that won the 4th Region Championship will be honored. Going to get that on the air for you. Here's Costello down inside. He'll put it up and in. First two of the day for Costello, and Patriots go back on top 19-18.
Yeah, he made a ball fake and got us off the floor.
3:03 to go in the half. Poland in the corner. Out to Serwinski. Back to Poland. And he's going to be fouled by Morris. Be the first on him, team fourth.
His first, team fourth.
Poland puts it in play to Serwinski. Over to Bowling. Sam going to drive left of the lane. Pulls up 12-footer. Nope. Myers with a putback. Boy, got fouled. He tried to put that in. Nothing called. Brown, though, will get the offensive rebound and put it back in. Boy, John Carter looked like he got raked across the face right there. Now Ross quickly down to the other end will put it up and in off the glass. Now Scottie's running with it. Now Poland loses the handle on it. Stolen by Ross. And now Myers takes it away from him. John Carter throws it away almost. Is it going to be? Nope, it's going to be picked up by Bowling. A wild sequence here. Underneath the Serwinski, he'll lay it up and in. Wow. 22-21, Glasgow leads it. 2:14 left in the first half. Turner just shy of midcourt with it. But it bounces ahead to Morris. He's 2-on-1, going to go to the basket. He'll put it up, no good. Rebounded by Myers. Now Poland. Jackson, coast to coast, puts it up and in. 10 points for Poland. Scotties take a 3-point lead, their largest so far, 24-21. Now Turner going to give to Morris. Scotties in the 1-2-2 full court pressure here. Coffey will get it ahead to Morris. He'll go right side to Ross. Ross going to dribble in, and he is going to be called for a traveling violation. Sykes going to check back in for ACS. Ross will go out. Andrew Phillips back in for the Scotties, replacing Trey Brown. Clay Pippen also coming back in. He'll get John Carter Myers. .136 to go in the Big O Tire second quarter. 24-21, Glasgow leads. They have the basketball. ACS in 2-3 zone, it looks like. Here's Pippen in the lane. Going to give to Poland. Jackson fakes a three, dribbles in, wraps a pass off to Serwinski inside there, and on the shot fake, he's going to be fouled as somebody came down on top of him. Costello, I believe. It'll be his first, team's fifth. Walker back into the lineup for the Patriots, replacing Coffey. Poland throws it off the back of Turner. Jackson hammered. Able to get it right back, and Jackson fouled as he tried to go for the shot.
Tony Walker.
Walker with his first, team sixth. Turner had his back to Poland as he was trying to inbound it from the baseline. Jackson just threw it off of Turner's back and got it. And as he went up for the shot, got drilled. Poland 75% shooter on the year. The first one is good. He's 2 for 2 on the afternoon. 11 points for Jackson so far today.
Walker got a little kick out of it. He's
second free throw, good as well. 26-21 Scottie. 1:14 left in the half. J.C. Sykes out front with the basketball. We'll give it up to Morris. Now Walker. To Sykes on the wing. Out front to Costello. Backing down on Poland in the lane. Yep. He traveled.
Made a head fake at the same time. He scooted that foot.
50 seconds to go until halftime. 26-21. Scottie's on top.
This game's pretty similar to the one at Allen County the other night. You know, low scoring and just back and forth.
Scottie's looking for the final shot of the half, it appears. 34 seconds to go with Poland just standing out near midcourt, dribbling the basketball. Patriots not putting any pressure on him. Clock at 25 now. James Willett going to come over and say something to Poland. And 15 seconds as Phillips comes to get the basketball. Now 12. Phillips dribbles off to the right side, gets the bowling straight away. It's Poland in the corner. Jackson going to go up for a three. It's good. 1 second to go. Morris will fire up a shot from three-quarters court, which is no good. And a good end of the half for Glasgow as they will go to the break with a 29-21 lead. And we are going to get a break in here real quick. We're going to come back and get the ceremony in where they're going to honor the 2012 4th Region champions. But first, we will take a timeout. Just to be safe here, let's take just a 2-minute timeout. We're back after a 2-minute timeout here on WCLU and Willie Sports. Back here at Glasgow High School, and now we're going to listen on the ceremony recognizing the 2012 Glasgow Lady Scottie Basketball Region Championship team.
The program's first Region Championship.
This is Jason Christian, by the way, the PA man here at Glasgow.
Hold your applause until all names have been announced. Recipients, please walk to half court when your player name is called. Players, Emily Alexander Ross, Kennedy Bailey, Sloan Bull, Hidea Depp, Bree Glover, Kelsey Greer Steele, Haley Perkins Hughes, Taylor Phelps Bennell, Shelby Ray, Ashley Smith, Emerald Smith Matson, Shalika Smith, and Carlia Whitlow. Athletic trainer John Vaughn. Managers Schaefer Olson and Becca Keene. Bookkeeper Carl Napier. Assistant coaches Tim Eaton, Ashley Freeman Mills, and Bev Simone. Head coach Justin Stinson. Athletic director Dennis Smith. Principal Keith Hale. Please give this special group a round of applause. We would now like to introduce this year's inductees into the Lady Scottie Basketball Court of Honor. We are honoring 2 former standout players and 1 former head coach. Please hold your applause until their achievements have been read and their name has been called. Our first inductee played for the Lady Scotties from 1983 to 1987. She ranks first in rebound average per game with 11.5. She ranks first in career points per game at 15. She also ranks 4th in total career points with 1,604. Presenting her award is former college coach Donna Wise. Please welcome to the Lady Scottie Basketball Court of Honor, Becky Smith-Kingery. inductee played for the Lady Scotties from 1993 to 1996. She ranks 3rd in most points per game with 13.3. She ranks 8th in most career field goals with 464. She also ranks 9th in career total points with 1,262. Presenting her award is former high school coach Mike Harris. Please welcome to the Lady Scottie Basketball Court of Honor, Heather Hood-Wise. Our final inductee was head coach of the Lady Scotties from 2010 through 2020. He helped guide the Lady Scotties to 3 district titles in 2012, 2014, and 2016. He also led the Lady Scotties to 2 region championships in 2012 and 2014. In 2014, he also added a Class A state championship to the Lady Scottie basketball program. Presenting his award is former athletic director Craig Cassidy. Please welcome to the Lady Scottie Basketball Court of Honor, Coach Justin Stinson. Congratulations to this year's inductees into the Lady Scottie Court of Honor. Let's give one more big round of applause to the 2012 Region Champions and the Court of Honor inductees. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, certainly a special day here at Glasgow High School to be able to recognize a very special basketball team and 2 terrific players in Becky Smith-Kingery and Heather Hood-Wise, and also, of course, Coach Justin Stinson, who is, I guess, probably the most successful coach ever, girls coach ever here at Glasgow High School, ever having won a couple of region championships, had a great record during his tenure as the head coach here. And now, since we didn't get a full break in, let's take a quick timeout. We'll come back and let Bruce take a look. Defeated Monroe County in the district championship game. It was the 5th time that Glasgow-Monroe County had played that season. Monroe County won the first 2 meetings. The Lady Scotties won the last 3. They met, of course, twice during the regular season district schedule, then played in the All-A region championship game, which Monroe County won. And then they played in the 15th district championship game, which Glasgow won, and in the 4th region championship game, which Glasgow won. So those 2 teams were very familiar with each other. And then the Lady Scotties fell to Louisville Butler in the opening round of the Girls Sweet 16. But again, finishing that season at 28-5. Congratulations to those girls for being recognized. And congratulations again to Heather Hood-Wise, Becky Smith-Kingery, and Justin Stinson for being named to the Lady Scottie Court of Honor. Glasgow has the basketball to get us going here in this second half. Scotties lead at 29-21. John Carter Myers going to give over to Poland, a pass over his head, though, and out of bounds.
Nice.
So the Scotties start the second half just like they did the first half. Glasgow had 7 turnovers in the first 9 minutes of the ball game. Got it under control a little bit the final 6 minutes of the second quarter. Hopefully that will not come back to haunt them here in this second half. Here's Coffey, and he throws it away. So tit for tat here as Jackson Poland gets a steal. He'll give it off to Bowling.
Very nice.
Sam going to give it off in there to Serwinski. He'll put it up and no good off the glass. Coffey with a rebound for the Patriots. And now Bowling gets the steal for the long pass from Sykes. Tried to go into the front court with it. Bowling going to drive, and he'll miss the dunk. Poland with a rebound. But got pushed from behind. Nothing called. He'll get the pass back out to Brown. Here's Poland. Jackson going to drive. He'll go to the left corner to Myers. John Carter going to throw it back out to Zawinski. The Scotties will reset here as Ashton wants Poland to come get the basketball, which he does. Bowling going to give to Poland. Straight away for Jackson. A 3 is good. Jackson having a big day. 18 points, including 3 threes. And he gives Glasgow a double-digit lead, 32-21.
Yeah, 3 of 5. He's got our only threes. Glad to see his three-point eye coming back. Hope he keeps it.
Jackson on the year coming into this game is shooting 32%.
There we go. Stay up there.
Costello guarded by Brown gets the pass off to Turner. He's got it in the corner now out to Sykes.
Ball pressure. Come on.
Here's Ross. Over to Coffey on the wing.
Ball pressure.
Into the corner to Sykes. Back to Coffee, down on the baseline. He'll kick it across the lane. The ball deflected away out of bounds by Jackson Poland to stay with the Patriots. Jackson Morris into the ball game for ACS. He'll replace Ross.
Well, Coffee shuffled his feet down there on the baseline.
Sykes inbounds to Costello in the corner. Look at the Sykes. Sykes going to drive inside, and his pass knocked away and stolen by Myers.
They've already got 3 turnovers this half.
Serwinski with it on the right wing, out to Myers straight away. John Carter will give it to Poland. Jackson will go left side to Bowling. Here's a baseline drive by Sam. Gets it in off in there to Myers. The ball knocked up into the air and stolen by Coffee. Turner going to take it inside, and he will be fouled by Brown. It'll be the first on Trey Brown, team's first of the half. Jordan Turner to the line. First time today he has been there. 68% shooter on the year. Free throw is good. 11 for Turner on the day. When Scottie checks in for Glasgow, Brown will come out. Second free throw also good for Turner. 32-23 Glasgow, 5:42 to go in the Big O Tires third quarter. Myers will get the pass off to Poland. Jackson going to fire for another 3. It's short. Long rebound goes to Myers for Glasgow. He'll give it to Winskoski along the right baseline. Christian dribbles in. His shot blocked by Turner. ACS basketball. Costello down inside to Coffee. He'll put it up and in. It crawled over the rim. 4 points for Wise Coffee. 32-25 Scottie. Myers stops shy midcourt, bounces to Poland. Gives him the corner to Winskoski. Now Poland with it straight away. Dribbles in. He's got fouled 3 times and nothing was called. Now the ball going to be knocked away from him out of bounds and goes off its foot. So it'll be ACS basketball. Jackson got fouled at least twice, I know, on that play that was not called.
And I was sitting there watching, the official was watching, and he sat there and saw all of it.
Costello and put it up and in, and a foul. James Bullitt thought there was a traveling violation there. And that foul going on Christian Winskoski, his second, team second. Costello trying to complete a 3-point play. He does. And it's a 7-0 run for the Patriots. 32-28 Scotties. 4:43 left in the third quarter.
Right there.
Bowling going to drive in. He'll put up the shot. It is short. And rebounded by Turner. ACS with a chance to creep closer here. Turner going to drive into the lane. Goes right side to Costello. He'll take it along the baseline. Now out to Coffee for a 3 in the corner. It's no good. Rebounded by Myers. Now Poland with it. Jackson taking it to the basket. He dribbled it off his foot and out of bounds.
12 turnovers.
And a timeout for James Willett. Want to calm his team down here a little bit. ACS on a 7-0 run. 4:20 left in the Big O Tires third quarter. 32-28 Glasgow leads. Back after a 30-second break on WCLU and Willie Sports. 4:20 left in the Big O Tires third quarter. 32-28 Glasgow on top of Allen County Scottsville. Patriots will have the basketball. Scottie's come with full court man-to-man pressure here. Morris having trouble getting it in, and boy, very close to a 5-second count. Comes into Turner. Breaks it across the midcourt stripe, gives to Sykes. Sykes dribbles left. He'll hand it off to Morris. Now to Coffee. Into the post to Turner. Knocked loose by Winskoski and stolen by Christian. Good effort that time by the junior. There's Bowling. Ahead to Serwinski, and they're going to call him for a charge. Morris took the contact. Serwinski will get his first, team third. 13 turnovers for the Scotties with 3:56 to go in the third quarter. It has been a problem today. Glasgow's lead at 4, 32-28. Turner across midcourt with it. Set up to Morris. Now Costello at the left elbow. Kicks it off to Sykes. Costello gets it back, takes it down the right side of the paint. His shot no good. Serwinski going to grab the Glasgow rebound. Pass ahead to Bowling. Sam going inside, puts up the shot, got it. 8 points for Bowling. That ends the 7-0 run for the Patriots. Glasgow up by 6, 34-28.
Stopped a little of the bleeding.
Morris between the circles, left side to Sykes. Bounces to Turner on the block. He'll kick it back out in the corner to Coffey. Coffey takes it in, and he'll bank it in off the glass. Myers with it in backcourt for Glasgow. Close to the head to Poland. On the left side of the floor to Bowling. And he throws it away. Bad pass stolen that time by Morris. It's about as careless as I've seen Glasgow be with a basketball in a while. And a foul called away from the ball here on the Scotties. Going to go on Sam Bowling, his first team fourth. Pippen going to check in for Glasgow. He'll replace Myers. Chase Ross back in for ACS, replacing Sykes. Andrew Phillips going to come in for Glasgow. And he'll replace Serwinski. 2:44 to go in the Big O Tires third quarter. 34-30 Glasgow leads. Ross will take the inbounds pass out near midcourt. Gives to Morris. Now Coffey. Off on the wing to Ross. Here's Morris with it, cutting down the right side of the lane. He'll catch the pass and lay it in. Scottie's once 11-point lead is down to 2, 34-32. 2:18 to go in the third quarter.
We scored the first 3 points of the quarter to take 11-point lead and just scored 2 since then.
Winskoski on the left side. They're paying a lot of attention to Christian when he gets a touch, not letting him get a shot off. Here's Bowling in the lane, and he is fouled as he went up for the shot. And that will go on Colton Costello, his second, team's first of the half. So Bowling to the strike, 72% free throw shooter. First time he's been there this afternoon. First one is no good.
Sam hadn't shot his free throws here lately very well.
Second free throw is good. That's 9 today for Bowling. 35-32 Glasgow. 1:50 line to go in the third quarter. Turner being harassed in the backcourt by Bowling. Now gets around him. Bounce pass off to Ross on the right side of the floor. Get it back out to Turner. Here's Coffey with it on the left wing. Get to Morris. Morris going to drive baseline, puts it up, and blocked by Bowling, but a foul going to be called. It's a good, quick first step that time by Morris to get around Sam. And Bowling commits his second foul, the team's fifth.
Yeah, Clay had picked him up. I think Clay would have gotten the block maybe. He helped Sam out, but Sam came across his back.
So Jackson Morris, 66% free throw shooter at the line for 2. First trip there today, and the first one is no good. Sykes into the ball game for the Patriots. He'll replace Colton Costello. Second free throw for Morris rolls in. 35-33 Glasgow, 1:33 to go in the Big O Tires third quarter. Phillips going to give it to Poland. Now Bowling. Sam will kick to Winskoski. 3 in the left corner is good. It bounced around, but it fell. First points of the day for Winskoski.
5th assist by Sam.
Now Coffey with a baseline jumper. That's short. And the rebound to Pippen. Clay running with this thing. Goes to the head to Bowling. Sam going to take it up. Nope, actually he won't. He'll throw it out to Phillips in the right corner. Now back to Bowling on the wing. He'll dribble into the lane. And his pass knocked down and stolen away. Sykes for the ball between the circles. Glasgow up 38-33. 52 seconds to go in the third. Ross on the left wing with it. Brings it out to the jump circle.
He pushed him off.
Out front with it to Sykes. Over to Ross. Down to 30 seconds. Patriots may be holding for the final shot here. Sykes with it on the wing, out front to Morris. Over to Turner. Now Coffee. Down to 15 seconds. Here's Morris with it on the left wing. He'll bounce it up front to Ross. Phillips knocks it away. Ross gets it back. Ross dribbles right, now circles back left. Down to 4 seconds. Going to have to force up a shot at the buzzer. It's no good. And the rebound, well, would have been to Andrew Phillips if he had not been knocked to the ground. But no foul was called. 38-33. Glasgow leads Allen County Scottsville, and we're through 3 quarters here at Scottie Gym. We're back after a 1-minute timeout on WCLU and Willie Sports. Joe Myers and Bruce DeVue back here with you, courtside at Glasgow High School. 38-33, Glasgow on top of Allen County Scottsville in this final 15th district regular season matchup for both of these ball clubs as we start the 4th quarter here. J.C. Sykes going to hand it off to Morris out at the top of the key. Here's Costello with it for the Patriots. He'll go left side to Turner. Drives down the left baseline. Kicks it across the floor over there to Sykes. Now back out to Ross. He'll penetrate. Leaves it back out front with Morris. He gets down to the low block. Runs into a defender, so he'll put up a shot from there. No good. Pippen with a Glasgow rebound. Phillips now across the timeline with it for the Scotties. Here's Winskowski. Off to Poland, underneath to Sherwinski. Ashton makes the catch. Kicks it out to Winskowski for 3 in the right corner. Good. Christian Winskowski came into this game shooting 42% from three-point range, and I believe he's made both of his three-point tries today. 2 for 2, right, Bruce?
Yes. He's missed a 2-pointer, the only one he's missed.
7:03 to go in the ball game. 41-33 Scotties. Turner with a turnaround shot off the low block. It's good. 14 points for him and a timeout taken by ACS. 6:54 remaining in the Big O Tires 4th quarter. 41-35. Glasgow leads it. And we're back after a 30-second timeout on WCLU and Willie Sports. 6:54 to go in the game here at Glasgow High School. Glasgow boys on top of Allen County Scottsville, 41-35. Homecoming coming up between games. We'll have that on the air for you, and then we'll have the Lady Scotties taking on the Lady Patriots a little bit later on this afternoon as well. Andrew Phillips on the dribble in the backcourt. They'll throw it ahead in the front court to Pippen, off to Poland. Behind the head pass to Sherwinski, who misses the layup. Pippen gets the offensive rebound, and he's fouled. So 2 shots coming for Clay Pippen.
Ashton was under the goal and threw it up, hit the bottom of the rim.
Sykes will get his 3rd, the team's 2nd. I think Sherwinski may have been surprised to get that pass from Jackson. Maybe not, I don't know. But Pippen shooting 52% on the year from the stripe, and he hits the first. That's his first point of the day.
He's only taken one.
Go ahead, Bruce.
He's 0 for 1 from the field, but he does have 5 rebounds. 2 of those are offensive boards.
Coffey and Walker in for the Patriots. Turner and Morris will go out. Pippen's 2nd free throw, also good.
Nice looking stroke.
43-35, Scotty. 6:40 to go. Coffey with the basketball out front. He'll give to Sykes. Scotty still in that man-to-man defense. That's all they played today. Sykes will give to Costello in the corner. Now the Sykes posting up. He'll give it back to Costello off the give and go, but he misses the layup, and Pippen tips the rebound out to himself and then gets knocked to the ground, able to keep the dribble alive and gets the pass up to Poland. Great job there by Clay. Poland started in, now circles back out with it. He'll give it to Phillips, and now Poland will get it right back. 6 minutes to play. Scotty's up by 8. And James Willett says, make them come guard you. Patriots laying back in the zone. And now they come out to put some pressure on the basketball. Here's Sherwinski. He'll try a 3 in the right corner. It's no good. Rebounded by Walker. ACS basketball as Ross gets inside. He'll kick it out to Walker on the wing. Back to Ross. 5:35 to go in the game. 43-35. Ross on the drive, and he'll bank it home. 43-37 now. Phillips comes across midcourt with it.
Gosh, he didn't get fouled.
Yes, he thought he did. No call, though. Here's Sawinski down inside. Ashton going to go up against Sykes, who hit the jump hook. Oh, a lot of contact being let go in this ball game. I mean, a lot of it. Scottie fans starting to not be very happy about it back here behind us. Here's Sykes with it out near midcourt. He'll go left side to Costello. Now Coffey.
Foul.
Back to Ross, and he's going to be fouled by Winskoski.
Well,
that'll be the third on Christian Winskoski, the team 6.
6 fouls to 2. In the first half, it was 6-2.
Myers,
the other way. Myers,
Bowling, and Brown all back in for Glasgow. Pippen, Phillips, and Winskoski coming out. 4:52 to go in the game. Glasgow at 45-37. Patriot basketball. Here's Costello. Off to Sykes. Goes to the right elbow. Ball knocked away into the backcourt by Poland. Coffey will go back and chase it down. And now we'll get a backcourt violation called, and this will probably be corrected because it was clearly knocked into the backcourt by Poland.
I think they thought that he dribbled it off his own foot, is what they're saying.
He dribbled it off of Jackson's. It was kicked by Poland. Now, unless a Patriot player touched it after it was kicked by Poland, it's not a backcourt violation.
Well,
but who knows? The officials are talking about this.
I'm surprised they didn't call it a kick ball. It was a kick ball against Glasgow. It should have been a kick ball, their basketball.
That's what it looked like.
The official thinks
So they are going to correct it. I think that's the right call. I think that it should be Allen County Scottsville ball. And it will be. Patriots will inbound it here. Goes in backcourt to Ross. 45-37 Glasgow, 4:35 to go.
He don't want it. He don't want it.
Ross picks the dribble up. Gives it up to Sykes.
Get up, John. Don't foul.
Sykes dribbles right.
Get up.
Being guarded by Myers. Hands it off to Ross out the top of the key. Now Walker. Bounce the left side to Coffey. Wide open baseline jumper is no good. And the ball tipped out on the rebound by the Patriots. It looks like Coffey could have driven it right to the basket there. I didn't think he had a defender between him and the basket, but maybe I was blocked out. Maybe I didn't see something. Either way, the Scotties have the basketball. 4:11 to play. Bowling with it for Glasgow. Gives to Myers. Back to Bowling. Now the right side to Poland. Jackson bounce it over to Myers. He'll give it to Brown at the right elbow. Left side to Bowling. Sam takes it down to the baseline, gets to the basket, and gets fouled.
Tony Walker, I believe.
And that will be Walker with his second and the team's third. Sam Bowling to the free throw line, where he is 1 for 2 on the day, has 9 points. 72% shooter on the season. First one rolls no good. Turner back into the game for the Patriots, replacing Walker. Bowling's second free throw, no good either. Myers going to get the Glasgow rebound, though. Going to go back up with it. He missed it. And the rebound ends up in Costello's hands, for ACS. Here's Costello in the left corner. He'll go baseline here and lay it up and in. Got a step on Trey Brown that time. Costello with now 7 points. Glasgow's lead down to 6, 45-39.
Made a good ball fake.
Poland with a long pass to the front court to Serwinski. He'll put the shot up and in.
8.
Wasn't sure that pass was going to get through, but it did. Now Ross going to take it inside. His runner rolls and falls. 47-41 Glasgow, 3:11 to play. Bowling with it for Glasgow. He'll go left side to Myers. Now Poland. Underneath the Serwinski, the pass too high this time. Goes off the backboard, stolen by Sykes. Gets it ahead to Costello. He'll drive to the bucket and lay it in. We've got a 4-point ball game.
I don't understand some of our passes. We've got a lead. And make them come out and play defense.
Bowling across midcourt with it for Glasgow. Off to Brown.
How many do we have? Do you know how many timeouts we got?
Here's Poland. Off to Bowling. Sam dribbles in, dumps it down inside to Myers. He'll miss the layup. John Carter got it back, missed it again. And they're going to call a jump ball on the rebound this time. It'll stay with the Scotties. Boy, John Carter would like to have both of those back. He missed 2 point-blank shots right there. At least the first one was point-blank. Second was a little bit more challenged.
Sam Bowling has
and now
cramp.
Bowling going to come out of the ball game. Hopefully it's all it is the cramp. He'll be replaced by Clay Pippen. So tough time for the Scotties to have their leading scorer on the season suffer a cramp here with a 4-point lead, 47-43. We're back after it's a timeout on the floor. We're back after a 1-minute timeout here on WCLU and Willie Sports. Scotties with some work to do to finish this ball game off. They lead at 47-43, 2:21 to go in the ball game, and another turnover. Serwinski tried to dump it down inside to Pippen. It was deflected, and then Pippen, the last one to touch it before it goes out of bounds. The Scotties have 17 turnovers in this ball game.
Well, I think the thing Clay thought...
9 of them have come here in the second half. Is that right?
Yes. Clay thought Ashton was going to shoot it, I think. He was going to rebound, and he just wasn't alert.
Scotties with a 4-point lead. Sykes with it out near midcourt. Turner now will hand it off to Ross. Here's Coffey underneath the Costello. He's wide open. He'll lay it in and one. And we've got a 2-point ball game about to be a 1-point game if Costello can make this free throw. Glasgow foul on Clay Pippen, his first, team 7th.
I thought they caught it on.
11 points for Costello. 61% free throw shooter. He rolls it in, and it is a 1-point Glasgow lead.
We need a basket.
47-46, 1:50 remaining. Myers gets it ahead, trying to go to Serwinski. The ball is knocked away, and what do we have? A jump ball. It'll go to the Patriots. Turnover number 18 for Glasgow.
Well, John Carter left his feet, and once he left his feet, he had nowhere to go.
So ACS with a chance to take the lead for the first time in a long time here. Here's Ross out near midcourt with it. Gives to Coffey. Inside to Costello. He's got an open layup. He'll lay it in, and Patriots lead.
Costello, 6 of 8 from the field. He's killed us.
Myers bounces to Poland. Jackson dribbles to the left side of the floor. Sam Bowling waiting to check back in for Glasgow. Here's Winskoski with it in the corner. Out to Myers. Underneath to Serwinski. Another bad pass, but it's going to be taken. Somehow Ashton able to come up with it. He'll lay it in down there.
That hit the rim and came down in his hands.
10 points for Serwinski.
He walled.
Here's Turner for 3. The shot no good. The rebound to Myers. And now John Carter going to be fouled. The Glasgow crowd begging for a foul to be called there, and it finally was. It'll go on Colton Costello, his 3rd, team 4th.
That's John Carter's 10th rebound, Joe.
Bowling back in for Glasgow. Phillips back in for the Scotties as well. Pippen and Winskoski will come out. Oh, wait a minute. Winskoski staying in. Myers will come out. 3rd time this year John Carter has gotten the double figures in rebounds. 49-48, Glasgow leads, 48 seconds to go. And James Willett calls a timeout just as Andrew Phillips was bringing the ball across midcourt. 46 seconds remaining. Scotty's clinging to a 1-point lead, 49-48, back after a 1-minute break on WCLU and Willie Sports. 49-48, Glasgow leading Allen County Scottsville with 46 seconds to go in regulation here at Scotty Gym. Glasgow does have the basketball. Each team has 2 timeouts left. Poland puts it in play to Phillips. Andrew may have got away with the travel right there. Here's Poland with it. He'll dribble into the lane. Jackson now circles back out with it. Goes to Phillips. ACS will go to foul Andrew with 35 seconds on the clock. That'll go on Wyatt Coffey, his first, just the team's 5th, so they've got a couple more to give to put Glasgow at the line. Patriots will put Jace Jackson, a 5'10 junior, into the lineup for the first time today. He replaces Coffey.
Well, did he play the other night? I don't believe.
Jackson likely in there to try to commit a foul, if I had to guess. Poland will come in to Serwinski, and Jackson does commit the foul. That'll be his first, team 6th. And so now the next one will put Glasgow at the line for one of the bonus. Phillips goes in backcourt to Poland.
We're 6 of 11 at the line tonight.
And a foul called on Ross. I don't think Ross wanted to commit that one right there, but he did. It'll be his first, team 7th. They did not want to put Jackson Poland at the line. He is Glasgow's best free throw shooter, 75% on the year. He'll have one in the bonus. Even if he makes them both, it's still just a one-possession game. John Carter Myers back in for Glasgow. Winskoski coming out. Jackson on the day, 3 of 3 at the stripe. He has 18 points. 15 of those came in the first half. Front end of the bonus is good.
It's down to, we know now we're going to have to win it at the foul line probably.
Second free throw for Poland is good. Rolled in. 20 points today for Jackson. 51-48 Scotties. 28 seconds to go.
Timeout.
And a timeout for ACS. The full timeout, so we're back after a 1-minute break on WCLU and Willie Sports.
At Don Franklin, we're more than a group of car dealerships.
Glasgow 51, Allen County Scottsville 48. We've got 26 seconds to go in the game. ACS will have the ball. They have one timeout left. Glasgow has 2. Sykes will be the inbounder. Having some trouble. Finally gets into Turner just in time. Now Sykes gets it back. Ends off to Turner. Now Ross with it. Over to Sykes. And a timeout for Allen County Scottsville. And it is the final timeout called by the Patriots. Is Coach Napier not happy about something?
Well, they run 14 seconds off 12 seconds off the clock and hadn't even gotten close to the goal.
It'll just be a 30-second timeout, so we're going to stay right here. Glasgow up 51-48. Again, the result of this game really means nothing as far as district standings are concerned, because we know these two teams are going to play again a week from this coming Tuesday here at Scottie Gym in the 15th District Tournament. Actually, it'd be a week from this coming Wednesday. They're the 2 and 3 seeds. If Glasgow wins this game, they are the 2 seed. ACS is the 3 seed. If ACS ends up winning, both teams are 3 and 3. They have to flip a coin or draw, to determine who will be the 2 or 3. But that really means nothing other than who wears the darker colored jersey. ACS basketball. Inbound pass comes into Costello with 12 seconds to go. He'll give to Coffey for 3 in the tie. It's no good. And the ball knocked away out of bounds by the Patriots. Glasgow basketball with 7.8 to go. Christian Winskoski coming in for Glasgow. He'll replace John Carter Myers. Bowling will be the inbounder. ACS will have to foul immediately if they don't get a steal off the inbounds. Comes into Phillips. And they do foul Andrew with 6.2 to go.
Costello, fourth.
Fourth on Colton Costello, the team's 8. So Andrew Phillips will go to the line for 1 in a bonus. He just needs 1 to seal the victory here for the Scotties with just 6.2 remaining. And now Glasgow going to burn a timeout. 51-48 Scotties, 6.2 to go. We're back after a 30-second break on WCLU and Willie Sports. Joe Myers, Bridge Tribune, back here with you at Glasgow High School. Luke Pierce on the board for us back at the studio. Scotties with a 51-48 lead here late in the fourth quarter. 6 seconds to play. And Glasgow's about to get the basketball. Actually, Andrew Phillips is about to shoot free throws for the Scotties. He has got 1 and 1 coming up. So again, if he just makes 1 of these, you feel pretty good about things. It would make it a 2-possession lead with 6.2 to go. Andrew, 62% shooter on the year. He has not scored and has not been on the line in this ball game today. Front end of the bonus is no good. Rebounded by Ross. So the Patriots have a chance here, and they're going to foul and not give ACS a chance to try to tie the game with a 3. The foul comes with 3.2 to go. The foul on John Carter Myers will be his first, the team's 8th. So now Winskoski back in for Glasgow, replacing Andrew Phillips.
Ross is 1 for 2 today.
On the season, he's 65%. So if you're Ross, you're trying to make the first and miss the second. Front end of the bonus is good. That'll make it a 2-point ball game. Now you almost have to try to miss this one. Scottie's got to get the rebound. Ross throws it up. He missed it. It's rebounded by Poland, and Jackson going to be fouled with 1.9 to go, and that should pretty much do it. Foul going to go on Turner. His second, team's ninth. Andrew Phillips will check in for the Scotties, replacing Winskoski. So Jackson, Poland. That's the line for 1-1. 75% on the season. He is 5 of 5 today. Free throw's good. We'll have another. Second one also good, and that will certainly seal it. 53-49, just 1.9 seconds to go. Ross will throw up a half-court shot. It's no good. And the Scotties will hang on to pick up a 53-49 victory over the Allen County Scottsville Patriots. So that will put Glasgow as the number 2 seed for the 15th district tournament. ACS will be the 3 seed, but again, these two teams will play on Wednesday of district tournament week at 6 o'clock here at Scottie Gym. That'll be 1 week from this coming Wednesday. Scotties with this victory will improve to 11-12 on the year. They finished the regular season district schedule at 4-2. Allen County Scottsville dropping to 6-21 now on the season. They finished the district schedule at 2-4. We'll come back on the Don Franklin Auto post-game wrap-up, and we'll take a look at the final stats. We'll hear from head coach James Willett, and we'll name our Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance Scottie Player of the Game. We're also, during the middle of the post-game show, at some point going to get the homecoming festivities on the air for you. We'll may have to break into the stats or something when we start that, but we'll get that on the air for you as well.